Even more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy, your radio host. I want to thank you so very much for joining in with me. Greatly appreciate you being here. I am the #1 talk show for empowering, inspiring, and motivating and helping people to see that it is possible. Your vision, your dream, your hope, your desires, everything you want to accomplish is possible if you only believe. You have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. And that's real talk. Again, I am Dr. Judy, the people architect, and your Real Talk with Judy host. To all of you, I want to say thank you so very much for joining me again. You keep coming back, and I am excited about it. You come back via radio, Facebook Live, YouTube, and the radio app. To all of you outside of Tallahassee, I guess I'll just say to all of you, thank you so very much for tuning in. Again, let me say it is always an honor and a pleasure to meet you all in the street. When I say the street, in the stores, at church, at conferences, even those who attended our banquet, our 30-year banquet, who I've never met. But you listen to the show, and I want to say thank you so very much. Following me on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. I want to thank you so very much for always tuning in. That means a lot to me. I do not take your tuning in for granted. I consider it an honor and a pleasure that you find the words, the information, the inspiration, and the empowerment that the Lord has allowed me to give to bless you, that you keep showing up. What I like about it, so many of you say you tell your family members, and I want to thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And to all of those who are financially supporting this show, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. Please do me a favor while I continue some of this introduction. If you would, I would like for you to go ahead and call, text, tag, excuse me, and tag everyone you know, if you would, and contact as many and let them know that this show is on the air. Have a real great show planned for us this morning, planned for us today, and it is going to be absolutely fantastic. So if you would, do me a favor, go ahead and do that while I say hello to my mama, Mother Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley. My mom is the person is the reason I am who I am. Amen. She instilled into me, my sisters, and all of us, my brother, all of us, she instilled some great values into us. And she was a servant leader, and my dad, rest his soul, were servant leaders to our family in the training and what we do and how we love and respect people. And we want to thank her so very much. Y'all, we had a real good time with her Thanksgiving. I probably said that last Tuesday, but I just want to say that I'm just so glad she's alive and doing well. And that's another thing. I want to thank you all too. So many of you are always saying that you're still praying for my mom. I greatly appreciate that. That means a whole lot to me. Everybody who know me knows that my mom is like everything. And that's because she has invested so much. She's been a good mama. She is a good mama. And she still is my trusted advisor and mentor. And so I am so thankful for her. Hey, mama, what's up? And also sitting with me is my awesome and amazing husband, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell. Hey, sweetheart.
Oh, hello, my love.
Yep, he's here with me every Tuesday, and I want to thank you so very much for being here.
It's my pleasure.
Mine too. Thank you for your everything. Listen, y'all. So go ahead, get everybody on. We're gonna get right into the subject today. Right before I do that, I do want to say again, thank you so very much to the city of Tallahassee, to Mayor John Daly, uh, for the proclamation that he gave to us and Life Changers. Want to say thank you so very much, Mayor Daly. Commissioner Pro Tem, Commissioner Diane William Cox, Commissioner Curtis Richardson, Judge Nina Richardson, County Commission gave us a proclamation. I want to say thank you so very much, County Commissioner, Attorney Commissioner Carolyn Cummins, who was there in attendance at the banquet. And man, it was so, if I start naming, I'm going to get in trouble. But I do want to say thank you to everybody. And I must say thank you to Apostle Torrey Phillips, who, wow, walked the house. He blessed us so much. The words he spoke at the banquet, and the prophetic words that he gave to us, the prophetic words from Apostle Otis Young, it was fantastic. It was fantastic. It was absolutely great. And I want to say thank you to every pastor. Thank you so very much. And to my sister Tanya, and two of my god sisters flew in Sunday morning from Fort Lauderdale, flew out Monday morning to make sure they were there. My auntie Barbara, my uncle Skip, my cousin Victoria, my godson Ron, of course he's going to be there. And then Pastor only brother, his only brother, drove all the way, listen to me y'all, listen to me, all the way from Lambeau and drove back. He drove up just for the banquet and drove back. What an honor to have. And he almost made the entire the room full of people cry because of the words that he said. But it was so good to hear him speak to us and to give words of encouragement to us. And we greatly appreciate him for the opportunity, for the time that he took to come and join us. So we are excited about it, and we appreciate everybody, the city of Tallahassee. Thank you all for coming near and far. And it's good when you can do stuff in the city. The Tallahassee citywide prayer, their members was there. Man, it was so surprising to see them there. From the United Press Summit, they were there. And it was just, God has a way, Pastor Mantra. God has a way of just opening doors, letting you see the heart of people. And they were there. Man, they were there. They were there. A couple of people were sick, got sick, and couldn't come. Boy, they were almost like crying. I thought that was amazing. Wendell, our other little brother, younger brother, he's not one, he's a smart cat, from Atlanta. He and his other sister was there, Carolyn's brother. Man, it was just fantastic to see so many people in the house, so many churches represented. You know, Pastor Joe and Robin Day. I said I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm getting in trouble. The Cobras. Man, it's just good to see so many pastors and so many people. But let me tell you, one of the greatest sight was seeing so many life changers there. Pastor, I want to say the life changers. Thank you all. Thank you for showing up. And we often say, we are thankful to everybody who come to celebrate with us and do anything. But the people that we pour into daily, when you show up, it does something for us. We want to say thank you. And of course, Pastor, we must thank our daughter. You said, that's my daughter. Our daughter, Carolyn Waddell. Carolyn Waddell, who championed this banquet. I want to say thank you, Carolyn, for everything that you've done. Everything. It was absolutely fantastic. And Doug, who drives from New Orleans, and he just about to be Dr. Waddell. Man, we're so excited. So much happening. Guys, want to say anything before I get rolling into this? Great. I'm excited about this subject.
Now we are greatly appreciative to everyone just for your love and for your support. It let us know that you value us and that apparently we must be doing something right. And so therefore, we're so grateful to everyone that support us, that pray for us, that constantly encourage us, pat us on the back and everything. That means the world.
Yeah, that means the world. And we thank God for just everybody. We really do. So today, I want to say again, thank you so very much for being here with us. We are excited about today's show. And today we're going to talk about the power of love. We're going to talk about the power of love. I believe that's one of the main things that's missing in our world today. And that's real, authentic, genuine love. And I want to talk about that. And it stems from what's going on in the world today. It stems from what's going on in the world today. And I would like to ask the question, and Pastor, you can answer this as well. What do you all believe is driving the evil forces of our world today? What do you all believe is driving the evil forces of our world today? Pastor?
Well, there's a couple of things that come to my mind because one, you was talking about the power of love, but then at this point with your question, I say we have to identify that love because
I ain't want to do the definition of love yet. I just
Oh,
want to
no,
do
no,
what's driving all this evil in our world today.
no, I'm saying because they have a love for their own agenda and not a love for people. They have a love for power, a love for their own status, a love for their own program. As long as it's something that makes them look good and edify them and boost their ego, they don't care who they damage in the process because it's all about them. And that has become an issue. It's too much selfishness in the world because no one is considering anybody else. They're not considering whether or not their actions affect this person or that person. So to me, that's the issue. You know, it's their love, but it's their misguided love for the wrong thing.
Okay, yeah, I can go with that. That's one of the things that so many are has put as the forefront of their agenda. There is a selfishness that is covering the atmosphere. There's a selfishness that's covering the atmosphere that I believe that we have to deal with. Another thing I would say, Pastor, is hate. Hate. This world is so full of hate. Unnecessary hate. I mean, just is hateful. Just hateful. And to go with what you said in Genesis 4:2-8, y'all can read it on your own time. Well, I'm going to read some of it. It said, now Abel kept flocks and Cain worked the soil. Abel and Cain were brothers. They were blood brothers. In the course of time, Cain brought some of the fruits of the soil as an offering to the Lord. And they're going to go into what Pastor just stated. But Abel brought fat portion from some of the firstborn of his flock. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his offering, but on Cain and his offering, he did not look with favor. So Cain was very angry. He became angry. He became hateful towards Abel because God received his gift. Okay, he received his gift. His face was downcast. I mean, he was angry. He hated Abel, and I believe that that's where this selfishness came in, because he was upset that that Abel fruit was received. But listen to what he said. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Why are you angry? Why is your face cast down?" Listen to verse 7. If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must master it. You must take control over your feeling, over anger, over this hatred. And that's what's happening to this world today. It's like there's just a mist of hatefulness because of jealousy and envy, and it brings on selfish desires. It disturbs me when you have people who profess to be Christian, children and disciples of God, who are so hateful and manipulative. And you can feel it, you can see it. I mean, just evil, hateful. Listen what Cain did. Cain said to his brother Abel, let's go out to the field. He had an intention to kill him. You have people who have intentions to kill their brother and sister. They have an intention to do that. That's what's wrong with this world. It's just hateful. Kill them with your tongue. That's what the Bible says. That little evil thing in our mouth, it will cause you to kill others. And he took him out there to kill him. I want to say to you, do not be drawn in by Cain to go out into the field to kill your brothers and sisters. Don't do it. Do not do it. You may not get stopped right now, but you better believe you me. Vengeance is the Lord. And when God venge his, no man can stop it. He said, let's go. And while they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother. Cain attacked his brother. Cain attacked his brother, Abel, and killed him. That's what the Bible says. He killed him. And then when God came and asked, where's Abel? Where's your brother Abel? He said, I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Come on. Do not get with people who kill brothers and sisters. Don't do that. You're mature enough. You're wise enough. And if you're not, that's why you're on the Real Talk with Judy show today. So we can help you understand that there's the power of love eradicates or get rid of hate. That's it gets rid of, real, genuine love. It caused that hate to go away. And if you can hate your brother or hate your sister, you do not have the love of God on the inside of you. That's what the Bible says. How can you say you love God who you ain't never seen and hate your brothers and sisters? That's not God. And your action tell whether or not you hate. And if you can sit in rooms and talk about somebody and cause others to turn against them because you're hateful, that's sad. That's a sad connotation on another person. Power of love cast out hate. Pastor, you like you bubbling.
No, I was thinking that hatred make you totally irrational. Because Cain hated Abel, but Abel wasn't the one that rejected Cain's gift.
That's right. That's right.
Not at all.
Not at all.
But Cain directed his hatred towards someone that he can dominate. And so therefore he acted irrationally by killing his brother. And then he lied about it. So therefore, hatred puts you down a wormhole of just irrational ideas, irrational thoughts, irrational ways. And that's what we see. What happened with that. It was really totally, he acted out of character and out of his mind because of just that one act of hatred.
Because what I just thought about too? You said that he hated Abel, but Abel wasn't the one
that rejected his
offering. Sometimes you're hating the wrong person anyway. Oh, that was powerful. Sometimes you're putting your hatred, which we should not have, towards others. And let me tell you, I've hated somebody before. I really did. They lied on me to the uttermost, uttermost. Man, and I wanted to get them. I had all the right to get them. Turney told me I can get them. I had all the right to get them, but God wouldn't allow me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
God wouldn't allow me to do it. And I want to say this, and we're going to look at the scripture on this one in 1 Corinthians. I don't care how well you think you can preach. If you got hatred in your heart, you ain't preaching well at all. I don't care how many people get saved under you. I don't care what happened. You, my brothers and sisters, are not pleasing in the sight of God. And then I feel it in the spirit. You can't judge. Yes, I can. The Bible said judge righteously.
Righteous judgment.
Righteous judgment. And you know the tree by the fruit it bear. That right there about can't judge, that is not biblical. And we're not going to get on that today. But if you're acting in a hateful manner towards a brother or sister, the Bible said you can't do that and be a child of God. That's the Bible. And I ain't arguing that. I'm not arguing that. But I had to learn. The Lord, the God himself spoke to me and told me, Judy, you can't love and hate at the same time. And I can love you without having you in my spirit. You don't have to be in my inner circle for me to love you. Sometimes it's necessary to separate from people. I better hear me what I'm telling you. All right? But listen to this. And perhaps I just thought about this too. As you were talking, I was thinking, well, how did Cain learn to hate? You know, because there wasn't that many people in the world. How did he learn to hate? But when God kicked Satan out of heaven, all of that came out. The jealousy, the envy, because Satan was jealous of God. He wanted to rule what God. Listen, he wanted to rule what God was. He wanted favor and sit in God's seat because everybody was bowing down to God, even he himself. Man, the Holy Ghost, that yes. And so he wanted that. And so you have people who are jealous, hear me, they're jealous of you because of the favor you have with God. And so they want to try to kill it.
Just think about it. He was the first seed that was born to Adam and Eve after they sinned.
The first seed born of Adam and Eve after they sinned. Yep. Because Cain was older than Abel. Cain was older than Abel. And what? Satan came and deceived Eve.
Yeah. But Adam was standing right there and didn't say nothing.
Adam was standing right there and said nothing and allowed the devil in the form, hear me, of a snake. The devil would transform himself to another in order to deceive you into hating your sisters and brothers. There's some good talk right here.
You know, I've always questioned that, you know, God frequented visiting Adam and Eve in the garden, talking to them. But now they listen to something else talking to them other than God.
Right.
You know, my question is, you better be careful who you're listening to.
You sure better be careful who you're listening to. You better be careful who you're listening to. I agree with you 100%, Pastor.
Because they can negatively influence you and cause you to lose your habitation.
Ooh. Do not allow anyone to whisper in your ear to cause you to lose your habitation. Pastor, now we're really talking some good stuff in here. I'm being blessed this morning. That's some good stuff. So you got to be careful, my sisters and brothers. Okay? You know the will and plan God got for your life. Don't allow these negative naysayers who's jealous of a place where you are. Satan was jealous of Adam and Eve being in that garden. He was jealous of them. All the privileges and the honor and the beauty God bestowed upon them. He was jealous of them. You better know the spirit of jealousy. You better ask God to give you some discernment. You better ask him for discernment. And then you better get under that power of love because God is love. And when God dwells on the inside of you, he has a way of dealing with hatred on the inside of us. We can't have God and Satan abiding in us at the same time. What I'm going to outdo, we can't have that. You got to get rid of them naysayers. Hey, man, we got to get rid of them. We can't allow them to speak to us. If that's not where you're going, don't allow people to speak. Hey, no, get out of here. But the power of love, man, love can cause you, Pastor, love can cause you really to do what the Bible says. And that's feed your enemy. It really can. I'm a witness. Love can, you can know what they're trying to do. You can know all that stuff and still love them. I mean, for real. For real. 1 Corinthians 13, I'm going to look at that, Pastor. And I'm gonna read it, and then we're gonna focus on one of the verses. 1 Corinthians 1, and this is in, I think this is in my I like to read versions. I was taught in a conference that I went to. You should try to read whatever you're preaching from or teaching from in about 25 different versions. And that's really what I do. I read them in all these versions. But this is the ESV version. Okay. It said, what it said? If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers, hear me, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, or if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. Isn't that something? I can't get my way, so now I'm starting hating you. Come on. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. It never ends. Love never stops. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, y'all, that whosoever believe in him shall be saved. Verse 17 says he sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Okay, he didn't, and we're not going to do that in this show. He didn't send us to condemn it, but we are to judge it. Condemn, I sentence you to an eternal, permanent place. We don't have that power to do that. But we do have the power to know if you're an orange tree or if you're an apple tree. We do have the power to know if you're living according to the principle of the tenets of the Bible. We do know that. Patricia, we love you. We do know that. Okay? He said, love never ends. As for prophecies, they will pass away. As for tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when the perfect comes, the partial will pass away. Verse 11, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. And Pastor, I have noticed there are some people 40, 50, 60, 70, 75 years old. Still acting like children. Still acting like children. I ain't playing with you no more. That's so crazy. That is crazy. I ain't playing with. This is Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I am Dr. Judy Mandrell, your radio host, and I approve everything I'm saying. Acting like children. That is so sickening. 60, 70, 50, 40 years old. Come on, grow up. Spoke like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, a woman, that means mature. Hey, Stephanie, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, we don't know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even something that we hear. And Pastor just said, be careful who you listen to, because sometimes people ain't telling you the truth. They need to tell you their part.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand people to come and tell me, so-and-so, what did you say? What was your part in it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get brownie point with the other. What was your part in it? What didn't you do? What didn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
I have been fully known. So this is my verse that we're going to go on today, Pastor.
Mm-hmm.
So now faith, hope, and love abide. These three. But the greatest of these is love.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest of these is love.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest of these is love.
Mm-hmm.
It is a powerful declaration of the enduring nature of faith, hope, and love, with a particular emphasis on love as the greatest of these virtues.
Mm-hmm.
Love is more powerful than anything, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I want to share this. My mom doctor, yeah, I probably said this a whole bunch of times, but my mom doctor told my sister, my mom was without oxygen to her brain for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. She should not even be able to think. Heart stopped beating. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. No oxygen to her brain. No which I guess no heartbeat. I guess just no heartbeat. I'm trying to find something else, but no heartbeat, anything for 3 minutes. After that, she had a light stroke. Guess what? No damage to her brain, no damage to her body. She's able to talk. She's able to feed herself. She's able to do all of that. And you know what the medical doctor told my mom and my sister? They told her, my mother, to her face, and my sisters, my sister who take care of her, they told her it was love that still got her here. Love. Not the medicine. And my husband, he's the pharmacist, he know. Some of the medicine not doing what it's supposed to do. But love is doing what the medicine can't do. Love. She is surrounded 24/7 by love. My sister she's been several years, there's some medicine, my sister just took her off of it because of the side effects. Then she called the doctor and told her what she was doing, and they told her to keep doing it. You know, my husband's a pharmacist. He know all the medicine. He know what the medicine's supposed to do and all that kind of stuff. But he can attest to ain't nothing like a good dose of love. And I'm talking about real love. Pastor already mentioned earlier. I'm talking about real love, real genuine love. If somebody allows you, hear me what I'm telling you, allows you to live and do whatever because they say that's your life, that ain't no love. That ain't no love. I'm not gonna see you going in any direction, Pastor, and just let you keep going. I'm gonna give you the truth. Now, what you do with it is on you, but it's my responsibility of loving you to do it. But love got my mother here 6, 7 years after they gave her 4 weeks to live. They gave my mom 4 weeks to live, I think 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, 6 or 7 years ago. But she's still here and doing well. That's the power of love. Love can cause somebody, Pastor, who was sentenced to a health bill of death to still be here. That's love. And when you don't have that love, it causes you to die faster, either spiritually or physically. That's why some people sit there and rock, or they don't have nowhere to go, because they don't have that love to sustain them. He said, now by the faith, hope, and love, these three, the central quality that transcends time and circumstance. Faith, the belief in something unseen, often used in a religious context, but also applicable to trusting in people, ideas of the future. Faith, hope, the anticipation that something good is going to happen, the anticipation that something good is going to happen. Well, let me show you what I found about love. It's a complex emotion and behavior that involves care, compassion, kindness, and a deep connection with others. Love is the greatest. The verse concludes by declaring that love is the greatest of these three. This is not to diminish the importance of faith and hope, but rather to highlight the unique and transformative power of love. Here's why love is the greatest. Love perfects faith and hope. Love gives strength and power to faith and hope. Love motivates us to trust in something greater than ourselves. It maintains a positive outlook. I know my husband loves me, so it ain't no need to worry about anything. Some kind of way he gonna fix it and make it happen. That's because I know he loves me. And when you know someone loves you, man, it'll make you take risks. It'll make, I heard somebody say, I was in, what was I yesterday? I was in a training, and I heard someone say, love is about risk. Oh, I was in a board meeting yesterday, and Alva, the news reporter, the news anchor woman, she said that love is about taking risk. Life is about taking risks. That's what she said. Life is about taking risks. And you can risk in life when you know you got a strong bond of love. God loves us. That's the power of love, Pastor. He loves us. But love makes faith and hope strong. You don't have love, that faith ain't gonna hardly do it. Hope ain't gonna hardly do it. You're gonna give up. You're gonna give up. You know?
Yeah, love is the foundation of everything. The foundation and the motivation for everything. Matter of fact, the scripture refers to the fact that God is love. God is love. So therefore, everything that he does is love. So it's by love that we have faith, and it's by love that we have hope. So love becomes the foundation. So whenever you're operating without love, you're going to end up operating in manipulation, because you're having to try to manipulate things to your way. But love covers all, and love actually gives strength and purpose to everything that you do and say.
Yeah, love endures. And I'm sure I got some people on here who would agree. Sometimes faith and hope waver, but love remains steadfast. As Pastor says, it's a constant strength, constant source of strength and comfort, even when circumstances change. Love don't change. Love does not change.
Nope.
Yeah, she said, love is what love does. Yeah, love doesn't change. Love remains the same. That's why people say, I fall in love with you, or I fell out. You never was in love. You wasn't in love. No matter, I've had some people to do me dead wrong, Pastor, who I really love, and I still love them to. I mean, I love them. I love them. You might not get some of the stuff that I gave you earlier, but I love you. No, I do, because it was real, and it wasn't based. Love ain't based on material. It's not based on the outer. You know, some people marry because the person pretty and all that kind of stuff. Something gonna happen long going down. Look at their great grandmama. Look at their great grandmama. Look at their great granddaddy. You know, but love remains steadfast. It endures. The scriptures say love covers a multitude of sin,
Mm-hmm.
a multitude of fault. Love covers that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, love covers a multitude. And this is what I say: when Jesus caught the woman in the very act of adultery, that means he caught her having sex with some man.
Mm-hmm.
He caught him in the very, I mean, not Jesus, when the people caught them in the very, and they brought him to Jesus. It's like, okay, she got caught in the very act of adultery.
She wasn't acting by herself.
But let's see if I can write down some of y'all acts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't know what he wrote on the ground. Everybody, got their own perception. Nobody knows what he wrote. Everybody just got their own idea. But whatever he wrote, they couldn't cast a stone. Whatever he wrote, you without sin cast the first stone. They couldn't cast it. There is no one on this earth can cast a stone on anybody. No one can cast a stone on anyone. Because the Bible said we all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Every single person. And I like because he said all. So we can't cast a stone, but love endures. It covers.
Mm-hmm.
It covers, Pastor.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, I mean, I was asked, how can you still love them? How do you? Because my love is real. It ain't no fake.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor, I was I was told, they said, how did Judah get the key to the city? Judah been working in the city since 1978. Just because you just not knowing me, don't mean I'm just not being known. I done more than a lot of y'all doing right now. Since 1977.
Mm-hmm.
Since 1977. The Drummer Family Gospel Choir, Drum at Watson Temple, did a citywide youth conference here. Over 400 young people participated. Over 400. I've had 12, 14 women conference, people driving from all over the world and flying in, filling up 2 hotel blocks of room, not 1, 2. Civic Center had it in the big room downstairs, packed to capacity. Come on. You don't know me. Just because you just not seeing me. And I laugh. Where she come from? My mama. Where she come from? My mama. 65 years ago. That's where she come from. And revivals all across this city. A whole bunch of people churches. Black and white. Tent revivals. Bishop Watkins. Tent revival. Crusades. Everything. And some of you are just getting to know me, but I'm just getting to know some of y'all. And some of y'all need to go on back. I mean, yeah, we are broken sometimes because I can't deal with foolishness. You understand, Pastor? No, I'm serious. And this is our first time on this radio station. We've been here before. We've been here before. This ain't our first time on here. We've been here on AM. I mean, come on. And so love calls us to endure some of the things that we endure because it's real love. It's real love. Love transforms. Love has the power to change lives. Love has the power to change community and the world. Pastor, I talked about the proclamation from the city, the proclamation from the county, but I also failed to mention the proclamation of the letter from the governor. And I will be remiss if I did not do that. It just popped back into my head that we did receive a letter from the governor, Governor Ron DeSantis. And I thank him. Well, on his staff, I thank God for it. I really do. But the love, it can break down barriers. It can heal wounds and inspire acts of kindness. Let me tell you something. Love is powerful. And just because they hate you, hear me, sisters and brothers, do not hate them back. Now, it takes a lot, because there's been some time. I want to tell you got to watch. That's why Pastor said you got to be careful who you listen to, because that devil will come to you in the smooth. Pastor, he a smooth talker. And he know what's irked you too, because we done told him. He wouldn't have known if we hadn't told him.
That's right.
Or if we hadn't got upset with when it happened. He wouldn't even known that you get upset about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? He knows because we told him.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows just what to do to push your button. But this is the thing about it. You got to grow beyond the childish act or the way you act the last time or the time before that or the time before that and let love arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Let love arrive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's up to us, y'all. We have to do that. God, Mother Richardson said, don't ask God if you too high to bring you down. Mother Richardson said, don't do that. She said, he'll bring you down, and you might not like the way he bring you down. I remember we had a friend, Pastor Tina, and he told me, if God want me to stop smoking, I'll stop smoking. I said, okay. That God can make me stop. Okay. So you better be careful. You're going to put that cigarette in your mouth and it'll be stuck on your lips for the rest of your life. God wouldn't do that to me. Okay. I don't know what God would do to you. I wouldn't want to try. And Mother Richardson said, don't do that to God. Don't do that to yourself. If we could get love in this world, Pastor, I think we'd be so much better. If we can get love in our families, if we can just get real love with our friends, just real love with our spouses. You know, we've been married 43 years, Pastor. That's real love. Yeah. Somebody been married 3 and divorce or 4 and divorce. Hey, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that's what you did. But as for us, we worked at it. We love each other. We love each other. We love each other. He ain't worried about now another man coming to me, and I'm not worried about any other woman having him to come home to my I'm leaving forever. Well, here is the question for me. Where are we going? I'm leaving. Where are we going?
We're leaving together.
We going on vacation? And I saw some other green grass. Well, let's go. That one out there in the yard, you can plant some flowers or something. My neighbor will come do it. You understand what I'm saying? Love is powerful. It covers. It heals wounds. Love is compassionate. It don't behave unseemly. Love gets you empathy. Love is strong. And I'm telling you, when I love you, I love you. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. But now you can portray that trust or portray that love. And if I love you, I'm going to still love you. But I will not be the same person I was. And not that I don't love you, just that you ain't going to bite me no more. Like bite me the first time. What they say? Shame on me?
Yeah, grandma power.
Grandma power? What you say?
If you fool me once, shame on you. If you fool me twice, shame on me.
Bam, there it is. There it is. I ain't telling you to be no fool about it, you know. But Pastor, you always talk about this, and this has stuck with me ever since you explained it. You said love, about turning the other cheek. That was powerful for me. It helped me. Because I'm like, and I think I heard other people say it too, but forget it. I was like, I can't, how do I ain't got no more cheeks. But you came and you explained that, and I think that's because of love. Will you explain that to us? Yeah,
and I said that when the Lord said they strike you on one cheek, it said turn the other to them. And the interpretation that I get to that is if they wound you on one side, never look out of that wounded side at that person because you'll always be looking through your pain. But turn to them the unwounded side, the healed side. So that way you can look out of that side with love. You know, so, and I think that's a lot of times we spend too much time nursing our hurt instead of augmenting our healed side. You know, so every time you deal with something that hurts you or that you're bitter with, you're going to always have a remembrance of that hurt. But there's a part in you that hadn't been hurt. Use that to direct towards them. One thing I believe that even as it says in the Beatitudes, said to love your neighbor, and if they speak evil of you or despitefully use you, that you are to still love them. And part of the reason why is because if I love you, I'm going to do what's right about you. You know, our purpose, even in life, is to bring healing, bring restoration, and bring salvation to others. And I would never do that apart from loving you.
Mm-hmm.
So my expression of love is always to do right about you. Even if you do me wrong, I won't be able to help you if I hate you in the same fashion.
Right.
But by me loving you, I will always do good for you. So, in the same sense, even in my profession or with other things that I do in life, or even as a pastor, I'm gonna always do right about someone.
Yeah.
Because one, I will gain their attention, and I'll be able to properly minister to them. I remember some years ago in my profession, I was trying to help a gentleman who was having some difficulties, and I'm trying to tell him the right way to do and trying to give him proper service, and he was so busy cursing me and all this other stuff. And I asked him, would you curse me if you knew that I was a minister or something? He said, well, you ain't gonna change me, God ain't gonna change me, and all this other stuff. And he kept on going, and he had called back and just going and just cussing. And so I hung up on him. Then he called me back and said, you hang up on me? I said, yes, as long as you acted this way, I'm going to keep on hanging up on you. And he kept on going. I hung up on him again. A week later, he came back and he apologized because he said, I saw everything that you was doing really was to help me and to love me. And from that point forward, I became the only pharmacist that he would speak to, because he saw that I loved him and cared for him, that it changed his whole conduct. And not just his whole conduct, but it changed his family. It changed their disposition and how they saw life. So therefore, it's only by love that you're going to be able to change anyone. In spite of what they do to you or how they harm you, you are not to respond in like fashion.
Right.
But instead, you should respond in love and care, because that's the only thing that's going to win those people back. And sometimes you don't understand somebody's pain, and you don't know what has generated that within them to cause them to act like that. But love heals all wounds. So if you learn to love people, even in their anguish or bad attitude, if you learn to love them, it'll eventually change them in their disposition.
And Pastor, it might take a long time. I think about your father. And I only have a few minutes left, but I think about your father.
Yes.
He loved you as his son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he loved you. Can you talk about that for a minute?
Yes.
That was powerful.
Yeah, we had a good relationship until I got saved.
Yeah.
And then he stopped talking to me when I would go home. He would leave and didn't come back home until I came back to school. And I called home. He wouldn't answer the phone, or at least he'd answer the phone and automatically give it to my mother, wouldn't say anything. And I asked God, what do I do? How do I handle him? Because before we had a good relationship, and then now it's like he has rejected me. And the Lord simply just told me to love him.
That's right.
So I decided to do that. I started loving him. Whenever he picked up the phone, before he can hand it away, I say, I love you. And that started breaking. But it took 25 years. It took 25 years for his life to turn around. And he called me one day and he said, Gerald, I want to apologize to you for how I've treated you wrong all these other years. He said, if I'd only known that God was using you like he is, I would not have behaved such.
Yeah.
And he said, I just want to let you know that I stopped smoking, and I given my life to Christ, and I asked him to come into me, and I'm a changed man. And it took, and what blessed me about this, like I said, 25 years. It was 25 years from when God gave Abraham the promise before Isaac was born. And so therefore I say, well, God, you do things in pattern.
Yeah.
But I'm appreciative because if I would have stopped loving him any of that time before that, I would never have won him over. You know, so therefore I was glad that when I preached this eulogy, I knew that he was saved.
Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing, y'all. That's the power of love in its fullness. I want to thank y'all so very much for tuning in to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. I'm telling you, the essence of 1 Corinthians 13 and 13 is that love is the ultimate virtue. It's the one that really matters. You can preach, you can raise the dead, you can do anything. You can do all those things. But if you don't have love, it's not going to help. It's not going to be worth it. As my husband stated, love is the foundation upon which all other virtues are built. By prioritizing love in our lives, we can experience a deeper sense of meaning, purpose, and connection with others. Love is powerful. And so I want you to ask God to help you to love beyond measures. And guess what, y'all? It's intentional. It's intentional. It's intentional when you turn that cheek to the side that doesn't hurt so you can move out of love. That's intentional. And I'm going to be honest with you, getting to that place where you love your enemy and you get all that, it takes a determined the heart. And it takes you reading that Bible and studying that Bible and living the word of God. I'm here to tell you that's for real. Listen, I want to thank you so very much for joining in. Join us every Tuesday at 7:30 for Bible study, every Sunday at 11 a.m. for an experience with God like none other at Life Changers Church of God in Christ. I want to thank you so very much to all of the listeners. Thank you. Do me a favor. Share this on your page. And I want to thank you. And I want you to understand this. It's all about love. What love got to do with it? Everything. Why? Because love is powerful. That's real talk.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy.